Hey, so I have been for a long time wanting to do something where I create, and I've been feeling compelled recently, years, to do something that I just have fun doing, right? Creating, sharing thoughts, and I have found YouTube to be a great place to learn about myself through other people's stories or other people's wisdom. So I just wanted to start something. So ta-da. My name is Cord Angelucci. For a long time, I was a child coach, child therapist, ambassador to children as far as helping them develop. And I'm going to share about myself. I was a child, probably still am, with ADHD back in the day, called ADD. And that could be a dynamic thing. It's a dynamic disorder because there are many positives. However, having ADD and dyslexia, when I was in second grade, I recognized that I was a lone wolf. All these other kids, my classmates as they might be called, and there was only 7 other classmates in my private school that my dad paid top dollar to send me to a Catholic school. Different story. I was the only one that was not able to comprehend basic letters and reading and, phonics. And isn't it interesting? Phonics is so powerful. It's the sound that word makes. It's the feeling of the sound that word makes, which I think is going to be a lot of what I discuss, because I believe children, and the book I'm writing has to do with how what is said, how we communicate to children. For some children, we're all different. It's a feeling. It's a term of feelings, meaning that if you were to say angrily to a child, "Rawr, rawr, 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 rawr," right, versus saying very nicely to a child, whether the child understands the words or not, it's the tonality, it's the body language, and it's the feeling. And no child wants to be communicating with someone that has bent anger, right? Okay, so let's get back to what I was talking about. I am still someone that has learning disabilities, right? And those learning disabilities, they happen as a result. Okay, so it's really amazing because I looked at it as I played a victim, and I thought that, why me, not fair. But to every coin, there's an opposite side, right? So the positive is that as a result of me failing school with flying colors and feeling like I was in a prison every single day for 8 hours, starting at 5-6 years old. Kindergarten was okay. I got caught. It was first grade, and it must have been like 1983. And we had a spelling test, right? The spelling test couldn't have been anything more than like cat and, cat and sat and fat, yeah. So we were sitting at a table. There's 3 tables, like full of like 3 or 4 children, right? And I'm sitting at this table, and these books, they're like this size, right? The books that you have when you're 6 years old in first grade. And I open the book so I can cheat on a spelling test. And I have it under the desk, thinking I'm going to get away with this. I mean, my Italian father, he must have been proud that day when he got a phone call home from the teacher saying I was cheating on a spelling test of 3 letters. So he should have taken me out of private school right then. Anywho, what this is going to be about is me having fun, me sharing my thoughts. I definitely, uh, the, to finish the story, the positive note is that I really haven't conformed since being a 6, 7 year old, recognizing like I am not like anyone else. And I became very oppositional. My dad called me stupid. The teachers reinforced it when I went to extra help. I was, instead of being in Spanish at the time, like I was doing reading and speech. And I mean, these teachers genuinely cared about me, and they put their effort in. Like I could feel their concern and care, and all the way until getting to high school, where I was like, I'm enough of this. It's embarrassing. Either I'm going to do extra, like I'm going to really, really, I don't want to say try, because try presupposes it's not going to happen, but I'm going to do and take the extra time to read the sentence again, right? Like a lot of the times I just didn't do it because I didn't make me feel good. And for a lot of parents out there that have children with learning disabilities, this might be something that you notice. Your child doesn't want to do the homework, and you think it's like they're just being stubborn. It's not that. You're basically reinforcing every time you try to get them to sit down. And yes, I understand there's a difference between staying on task and what we're talking about here, and it seems like it's the same thing, but you're reinforcing to the child that they are not good. And the primary goal for every child is to make mom and dad proud. So when you are trying to make mom and dad proud, and then the only thing they're asking you to do, what task they're asking you to do, is the one thing that demonstrates that the child is not proficient, is less than. That's the feeling I'm talking about, right? So for children like myself, still, I find it important to constantly, if you're going to be putting these children in doing tasks where they are going to be exposing their vulnerabilities, I think that at least the least you could do for that child is keep them on that task only for their age. If they're 6 years old, 6-minute task. After that, I want them moving. If children are moving, I don't want them moving. They are better off moving. When children are moving, they release a lot of energy. They release, and they get all these chemical reactions. Their blood starts moving. They naturally can calm down and focus. Naturally. Not with drugs, not. So this is going to be a podcast where I am going to be very, very raw. I feel like we've come to a place where I can share a lot of the thoughts that I probably wouldn't be able to share in the past. Yeah, we'll get there. But as an ambassador to children, and someone who wants to bridge the gap and help parents and children communicate better, teachers and children, coaches and children. And when I'm saying that, I mean like coaches and to themselves, or parents to themselves, because it's the conversation we have in our own head where we're frustrated about like this dynamic of this relationship with this, could be your child, it could be anyone. What frustrates you about that? It's the lingering conversation. And if we could address them or reframe the challenges that we think are happening in that relationship, we could probably completely make that relationship stronger. And I hope what I just said didn't go too far out there, but I think that's good for right now. I look forward to doing more of these, and we're going to be talking about the World Cup, so I will see you again soon.